Hello everybody, it's Aaron. Welcome to another episode of Mod Sauce. I gotta redo that. Hello everybody, it's Aaron. Welcome to another episode of Mod Sauce on the Primus server. I found this thing. It's like a crane backpack. You can pick up blocks with it and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's like Silk Touch. It won't move spawners, but I've been having fun messing around with this thing. So I'm gonna have a pretty busy week. I'm recording ahead. I'm not gonna see any feedback between episode 8 and this episode, which I don't really like, but I've got physical therapy and stuff, so I gotta do it. So firstly, I want to give a shout out to a viewer, Paul Bunky, told me about this item valve, and what it does, it'll drop items down or pick items up. What's wrong here? Oh, I broke my cable and it lost the inventory. Alright, so anyway, what this thing does, I've got a rule set up in the factory manager here, I believe, for cobblestone. And if you notice, I'll drop some iron on there, if I can turn off my magnet. The iron will just sit there. The cobblestone will get sucked up because it's whitelisted. So a very practical application for this would be put it underneath your certus seeds or whatever, and you whitelist the full grown seeds in your rule here. Just pick one of your certuses, and when the seeds fully grow into whatever kind of crystal, this thing will pick it up and put it into a connected inventory. I have it set to this one. Doesn't really matter which you use, but you can blacklist or you can whitelist, so that's very useful. Well, that got me to thinking, will it interact with inscribers? And I didn't think about this until after the fact, but I wanted to show you. It does see inscribers as inventories, so you could potentially put your stuff in a chest and then tell it to move the diamonds to one, the silicon to one, the gold to one, and then you could make another rule to pull out the circuits and then put them in the other thing. That's not how I did it. I'll show you how I did it. If I'd thought about it beforehand, I probably would have done it that way, but you know, many different ways to do just about anything you can think of in the modded Minecraft. Before I show you this, let's cook up some steel. Let me make sure I'm actually getting steel. Yep, okay. So here's my setup. I haven't hidden anything yet because I wanted to show you this. This is the input chest. I've got the redstone and some silicon processor things here. Well, I guess these aren't processors, but what I've got the one for diamonds, gold, the certus, the calculation processor, and then the one for the silicon. And I've done in-out on the conduits, and I just filtered it. And then this one, since you have to input on 3 sides, I probably could have pulled out the back here too, but I just went ahead. I wanted to make it separate so that I didn't have to filter this input on the interface, because if we connect this to this, then everything from this chest will try to rush on in here. So basically all we have to do is let me get 1 diamond, 1 gold, and what's the other one? I think this is the one. And since we've already got the silicon, if we put the diamond in here, it gets sucked out. You can see it in here. It's pretty cool. When it finishes, the thing will clamp like it gets printed, and then it should get thrown directly into here. And then it gets pushed into the AE system. So that is pretty rad. If I do 2 at a time, assuming that was the right one, I probably messed that one up. Oh, it's pure Certus. So that doesn't have anywhere to go, so it obviously won't do anything. But it's the same. Any silicon we get put in there will go to this one, and then we'll try to go in here. If it can, it'll probably just hang out in here until it can go there. So these are all multi-part compatible, all the AE stuff, and the crafting terminal is actually a multi-part itself. So it doesn't take up a whole block space, you just have to put it on a cable. This one, I put an input on the back, I think. I don't know if I worried about that. I did. So if any Certus goes in there, it'll go in here and then get pulled out automatically as well. So I'll use the conduit facades right here, and then the stone covers on these. So it just looks like a wall with machines in it. And I think I can probably put one in between here so that we don't see behind there at all, but I don't really mind it that much, so I don't know if I'm really going to worry about that. But there it is. If we wanted to, we could probably put an interface on this strong box and tell it when we want, you know, a diamond processor. Tell it to send 1 diamond to this box, and then it would go through. You could probably also put an interface and send it directly to the inscriber, but that's going to take quite a few of them, and then you're going to run out of channels or run out of devices on your channel, and it's going to be a pain. We'll just say that. I haven't made more than 1 channel yet, so I'm not really sure exactly how that all works. We're going to get into it when we move, though. So we need to make some mechanism machines. I figure we'll just put them all right here. I don't know where I'm going to put my crystal growth accelerators. I haven't decided that yet. I don't really need to grow any at the moment, so I'm not really too worried about that. Let's go ahead and let me make sure I've got 1 bucket of water. Let me make an endless pool somewhere else in case I need it. We can just do it right here. There we go. You never know when you're going to need a bucket of water. Alright, so I was going to upgrade the energy conduit, but since we're only making about 400 RF a tick, it's not really worth it. I think these will output a little more, but no big deal. I did, before we get into this, I did set up a blacklist for all the ores on this side, and I'm whitelisting it on the other side so they automatically get sent up here for processing. So we still end up with some stuff in the chest, but all the iron, gold, copper, tin, silver, osmium, they all get processed on the fly, which is actually happening right now. And they come around, go into the interface here, and then land in the ME system. So I really want to make obsidian armor. I want to make some mechanism stuff. We're going to need to make all the machines. Well, not all the machines, but we're going to need to make a fair amount of them. We're definitely going to need a crusher. We're going to need the... I know the name if I read it, but I can't think of it. It's an infuser thing. Metallurgic infuser. Pretty easy recipe for that one. We're going to probably need an osmium compressor, wherever that is. Yeah, we're going to need one of those. And to make these circuits, we're going to need the metallurgic infuser. So I've already actually pulverized some stuff, and I think I should have some osmium dust as well, because I know we're going to need it for recipes. So let me make or find a couple of furnaces. I just moved these out of the way. Eventually it'll all get put on discs, but for right now I really didn't need to do that. Let's make another batch of steel. Oh wow, it's 2 to 1, huh? I didn't realize that. Alright, no big deal. Alright, so the infuser, we can make that straight away. This makes it so much easier to craft. Oh, so I have to make these before I can do anything. So how I'm going to set these up, I don't know how many machines I'm going to need. I'll start right here. And we're going to output on the back. And I don't think I should need to set it to auto eject because this one is pulling as long as I turn off the redstone. So let's do this. We're going to need a stack of iron, a couple of redstone. I want to say there's something that you can do with osmium and redstone in here. Let's look and see. Okay. So enriched iron turns into steel dust. We can already make steel, but this might be an easier way to do it. No, probably not. So we can do that thing. We'll probably need that at some point. We're going to need refined obsidian dust. So I can do pulverized obsidian for that. I may or may not need the crusher. But we're definitely going to need the osmium compressor. What else can we do in here? We can make bronze, atomic alloy, enriched alloy. Of course. Oh look, we can make mossy stone bricks. That's what it is, the control circuit. So why don't we just make another metallurgic infuser? Why not, right? We'll just do one for osmium and one for iron. So we can throw that in there, and we can throw this in here. And then we wait. These machines look so small compared to these. So our stuff is automatically getting pulled out of the back. I want to do some energy upgrades and speed upgrades. And we probably ought to make them both at the same time because those speed upgrades drastically increase the energy usage. As you probably are aware. Where are they? I have a hard time picking them out of this page. Here we go. So it's almost the same recipe except for gold instead of osmium. So let's try this. Okay, so we're definitely going to need the speed upgrade on this one, since this actually makes the components for the speed and energy upgrades. So these are in joules. I don't know the conversion. I don't remember. I know Brink knows. I saw him posted on someone's video, but I don't remember. Alright, so let's see what that osmium compressor takes. I have to make these guys, so I have to make... Wonder if I can do that yet. I don't know if I have enough in there. Do I have any in there? Oh, I forgot to set the output. Come on, little guy. There we go. Okay, so I'll just throw a stack of iron in one and a stack of osmium in another randomly. So we'll just make 2 of these. I want to see what else they use them for besides the osmium compressor. So for the factories, which we may or may not do. I'm not really using these for ore processing, so ultimate control circuit makes itself. Alright, steel casing, no problem. What's going on here? And I don't know where all my buckets are. We'll just make a stack of them. Oh, okay. Or 2. The first time it gave me 1 bucket, or rather I didn't notice since I had a bucket up here, I guess. It added to this stack. So we just made 48 buckets. Maybe we'll find something to do with them. Alright, how about we put that one right there? Let's look at the recipes. Obsidian ingot is what we ultimately need to make. So maybe I actually do have to make a crusher. I didn't think I did. So how about this? Let's move this one over. We'll put a crusher right there. It comes in handy for other stuff anyway, so... I don't have any lava. I don't think. I think I turned my whole drum of lava into obsidian, so... that figures. Let me run downstairs. I'll be right back. Alright, we've got a few buckets of lava. I'm going to save a couple. I'm going to make another endothermic pump. I didn't make another machine casing, did I? I didn't think I was going to need it. Alright, crusher. Okay. Let's get rid of those. And so actually, I think a better plan is to look at what an obsidian ingot actually takes to make. So we need osmium in the osmium compressor with refined obsidian dust. Maybe I didn't need a crusher after all. Not that big of a deal. I think it is actually better for making diamond dust, but you can use pulverized obsidian. So here's what we'll do. We'll take a stack of diamonds, a stack of obsidian. We'll pulverize the obsidian. We'll crush the diamonds. We'll make 8 of those. 8 of those. Actually, we'll make more of those. Let's put half of these in here, half of them in here. And as soon as those go through, I'll throw all the energy upgrades in it. And I think that is done. It is. So we're going to need to make many more of these. So this is working pretty fast. I guess I'll just make a stack of obsidian ingots. I know you can make a sword with it. You can make armor with it. I do want to make the atomic disassembler, the atomic D. We're going to need obsidian ingot for that. Otherwise, it's a pretty easy recipe. But we're going to need refined obsidian dust anyway. So, okay, so we take diamond dust with... I shouldn't have taken that away. Alright, refined obsidian dust, metallurgic infuser, the pulverized obsidian, and the diamond dust. Is this one done yet? No, it's not. We probably got enough out of that. Let's put these in here. We'll speed this puppy along. We still have plenty of power, not an issue. So apparently I'm going to need to make another metallurgic infuser for random things, since this guy and this guy will probably be in use a lot. I think that slime followed me up here. He did. If they can follow you. I don't know if they can or not. He might have just been hopping around and that's where he ended up. Alright, so we're not going to make any more control circuits. We'll take our pulverized obsidian. Oh wow, I already had a bunch of it. So I'll just shift click it, see where it goes. Alright, there's our refined obsidian dust. And that goes in here with osmium, I believe. Right. We'll just bring a stack of it. And look at this, here we go. Obsidian ingot. Why did it stop? Alright, so now it works. It works with no speed upgrades. That doesn't make any sense to me. We're going to put 2 in there because it's just too slow. Alright, well, for whatever reason, now it seems to be working okay. Maybe it's a tick rate thing. I don't know. Yeah, so with 5 speed upgrades, it doesn't work, but with 4, it works fine. So that's ridiculous in my opinion. I'm going to go ahead and turn the rest of this into refined obsidian dust and continue on making my obsidian armor and sword and all of that stuff. So that'll do it, guys. I'll probably just figure out how I'm going to enchant it and do it on my own, and then it's really just more for me, but that's the process. I'll figure out what other machines we're going to need, and I'm going to make a bunch of control circuits and enriched alloys so we can make the atomic disassembler. And I don't know if I want to go with a simply jetpack or a hydrogen jetpack. I've already got power for the simply jetpack. The hydrogen jetpack, I'll have to make an electrolytic separator. And I don't really know if I want to do that. So let me know your thoughts on that. I can make both, I guess. It's not that big of a deal. One comes in handy for some things, and the other one just lasts a hell of a lot longer. So we have the Enderium. We can do it. So let me know what you think about that. I don't know. I might just make both of them. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or anything of that sort, please leave them down below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.